That's right. Jersey Joe and Ian here for the Brew. Ian's over there in San Diego joining us for another powerful conversation. I'm back here in the East Coast in my normal seat behind the bar here. We got a lot to talk about in this edition, and sometimes we put these questions out on social media. It's the ultimate bar talk. You guys love to answer them. Well, you had lots to say for this question. What fictional character would you like to beat up, or would you like to see get beat up? Who would you throw a fist at? Lots of your answers coming up right now. Joel's my answer to Joel over there in San Diego. What fictional character would you like to beat up?
Just because we're watching The Office, every single character in The Office. But if we weren't, then I would be playing Mario, and it would be Bowser.
Bowser.
And if not, then I would just find somebody, because I'm an angry person, then I would hate them.
Well, you
and
are
if we're driving, Joe. You know already. If you and I are driving through southern Pennsylvania, southwestern Pennsylvania, then I'm screaming at everyone on the road.
Yeah, that's pretty much accurate. There's nothing wrong there. I knew you were going to say Bowser, but you got to be careful if you try to beat up the staff of The Office, because you know Dwight Schrute has all kinds of crazy inventions in his trunk and stuff, and he'll either get you or he'll beat you with his beats.
Joe, you are Dwight Schrute.
No, I am not Dwight Schrute. Absolutely not. I'm more Michael Scott, if anybody. Nice.
All right. I want to know what are yours and what's everybody else's. How about that?
All right. So who would I beat up? I bet you could probably guess this. Wesley Crusher from Star Trek The Next Generation. The boy genius, the freaking little kid who for some reason could save the ship each week, but yet when you had all these Starfleet people that had years of service but couldn't figure out how to save the day, you had the boy genius do it, but yet the kid couldn't get himself into the academy until the third try. So smart, but yet not so smart. What a horrible, horrible character. I know, Joel, you don't like Star Trek, so I'm not going to argue too much for that.
It's not that I don't like it. I have no clue what you're talking about.
I know. You don't watch it either. But Wesley, boy genius. You don't ever... When you have a 17-year-old kid trying to save the day when adults can't do it, that's where you know it's a fail. Bad year. And later on years, they figured out they made him a little bit better, more normal, especially the first year. Terrible. Well, what's not terrible, though? All your guys' answers. Lots of them to get to, so let's go. Jason Johnson comments. He says, Jar Jar. Jason York, the first thing that popped into my head was Jar Jar Binks. I am sure I'm not alone. And Kenny Tom says Calliu. But that's some kid from PBS. But let's get back to science fiction. Jar Jar. Joel, what do you think about that?
That's a good pick. That's a good pick for the shittiest character ever.
You know,
I'm pretty sure most people hated him.
Yeah, Jar Jar Binks ruined Star Wars for me. I love Star Trek, you know that, but after, the first movie, I'm like, this is stupid. I was forced to the theater for the second one, and I hate it. I think it's such a dumb character. I never went back to Star Wars after that. I'm like, nope, sorry.
Dude, I think there's a very, very big portion of fans who also were like, yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is stupid.
You'll know the next one, PK Fire from Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that's from only Ness and Lucas. We're not even talking about that. Let's not even contaminate that with all this bullshit.
All right. Craig Brewster 28 comments. He says Tyler Durden from Fight Club. Hey, you can't give an answer, because nobody can talk about Fight Club.
I don't even know. What are the rules of that? Well,
the first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. So right there, Craig pretty much signed his own death warrant by talking about Fight Club. Moving on.
Oh.
Courtney says Diane Chambers from Cheers. Hey, Joel, do you remember the TV show Cheers? You should love it. It's set in a bar.
I do like things that are set in a bar.
Cheers is a good show. It's also used to be a good slot machine there in Vegas, too. Cadester834 writes in and says Pizza Malark. That's from the Hunger Games. Jeff Henry comments that orange dude that Kevin talks into that hotel on Home Alone 2. And Scrooge McGavin comments, for the first 3 or 4 seasons of Walking Dead, it was Carl Grimes. But the all-time favorite is Kim Bauer from 24. What do you think of those 3 picks?
I saw that shit kept coming up in the comments, and I've never watched the show 24.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a strong opinion, but I would like to see what else you have to say about it.
She was just Jack Bauer's daughter, Jack Bauer's main character. She kind of got in a way, and they didn't know what to do with her at one point. So at one point, they had her running, escaping a cougar in the woods for hours and hours. So when they didn't know what to do with the action, they would just cut these stupid scenes of her, which are completely unnecessary. And those of you that follow us on Twitter, there was a long conversation today about 24. I love 24. I missed that show. It was a damn fine show. More of your comments right now, because Cool Papa 654 says, 3, Deborah Morgan from Dexter. 2, Frank Gallagher from Shameless. 1, that guy hosting The Apprentice. I forget his name. My vote goes to The Apprentice guy. He needs a punching. right in the middle of Fifth Avenue. And Starman agrees, the big mouth who used to host The Apprentice, and I don't mean Arnold, I would never piss off the Terminator. I think you know who they're talking about, the guy who used to host The Apprentice.
Some cunt.
Yeah, exactly. My boy Ivanovich writes in, he says he always wanted to punch Joe Millionaire, that great Fox reality show with the loser pretended he had all kinds of money. And then the gist of the reality show was he picked the girl he wanted to win at the end. He had no money. First off, the guy was a doofus, and he wasn't that attractive, but yet, these girls all faked it because they wanted his millions of dollars. So basically, one of those.
I feel like if you lose at one of those shows, you should automatically have to go into like a gladiator version of like Caesar's Palace, and you have to go in and fight for your life. And it has to be just a bunch of those douchebags who lost a show like that right away.
Attention, Hollywood. I hope you're recording this right now and writing down his idea for a great new reality show. Make sure they pay you the royalties. They don't steal your idea. And finally, though, our last comment comes from Michael F3825. He says, I would enjoy a head-on collision or celebrity death match between the Allstate Mayhem guy and the Rogers State Farm agent. Loser has to have their rates. Winner buys out Progressive and dumps those ad clowns. So he's got all the insurance commercials going together. But I think far worse than all of them is Flo from Progressive.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they actually took Flo out of the Progressive commercial that he referenced. They're all going to cancel each other out, but then eventually you're going to be like, God damn it, I also have to pay Flo.
Yeah, it's one thing that you can't get away with. You got to have insurance. But hey, one thing you want to make sure you guys do, though, is click that like and subscribe button down below, because we got Bar Talk here in the Brew each and every week, including the 4 big shows on the Jersey of 50 YouTube channel, where I'm going to give you an Amazon gift card for commenting on funny photos. So make sure you click the like and subscribe button down below. And of course, you're here with the Brew with Joel and I here each and every week. No matter where we travel or where we're at, we're still here with you, and we appreciate seeing you there. If you guys got any more funny comments, hit us up.
Any of you?
You don't? Yes, you do.
I don't.
That's right. Unless you start talking to him on Twitter, and all of a sudden you become like his best friend. But anyhow, we're out of time. This is the Brew. Jersey Joe here. I am the Box from San Diego, saying thanks for watching.
I will still hate you.
We'll see you next time, I hope.